I want to write novels. I want to publish plays. I want to, I don't know, way in the future release movies. I want to release albums, song EPs, all of these things. One of the questions that's come up lately is, am I even a singer? And it's not to say like, oh, can I even sing or whatever. It's just like, are you a singer if you don't release music? Okay, so at the beginning of the year, I made this video called To Be an Artist Starting Fresh in 2024. And I basically talked about my plans for the year, and what I wanted to happen. And I talked about how I wasn't just a musical artist, but a photographer and a songwriter, and also a regular, just a writer, you know. Or those were the things that I was aspiring to be and aspiring to work on this year. And I wanted you guys to be part of the adventure. And all that is true. I still want all of that to be a reality. But I guess I'm kind of doing a video that, I don't want to say it's a rambling video, but it's something for people who need someone to relate to, at least at this point in their lives. Last year, I went through a period of, we can call it hopelessness, whatever it may be, I was going through it. And a lot of it had to do with feeling stuck in life and feeling like I wasn't going anywhere. By the way, this is my stuffed animal. This is my stuffed bear, Spencer. He's gonna be with me for a little bit today, and perhaps he'll go off somewhere else at some other time. But when I was little, I wanted to be everything. You know, I wanted to do everything. I said, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna be on stage, I'm gonna, all of these stuff. And I remember I would tell adults these things, and they would be like, oh, well, you know, that's a lot, honey. You're gonna have to pick one. And I told them, no, I don't have to pick one. I can do whatever I want. I didn't say it like with an attitude, but I said that and I believed it and I meant it. And so fast forward to now, or to the future from then, I have found that doing all of the things that I wanted to do is possible. Maybe not all exactly at the same time. Sometimes things can be done at the same time, especially as a freelancer and in a first world country, we should be able to do mostly all that we dream of. People will always say the sky is the limit. In a society like ours where there is social mobility and it's ripe with opportunity, it is true to an extent that the sky is the limit, but it's not true in terms that there are limits to what people can do financially and mentally and physically. That word can denotes ability and resource. And we all have ability to do something, but we don't always have the resources. At the end of last year, at the end of 2023, I remember hearing, I don't know if it was a sermon or some type of message or video or something. Someone was giving an encouraging word, you know, and they were talking about how you can use what God has given you in the moment to do like what you are purposed for. For example, in the story of Moses in the Bible, Moses hears from God that he is supposed to like deliver his people from slavery in Egypt. And he's like, I don't even speak well. God, you've chosen the wrong person. And the Lord says to Moses, take what is in your hand. And what was in Moses' hand was a staff. That's it, because he was shepherding for a little while. And he said, with my staff, you're going to do amazing things. You're going to do my wonders. And so it made me think about what is in my hand. Obviously not a literal staff, but what do I have? What abilities do I have? And what resources do I have currently that I can use to do what God has purposed me to do? The other thing that got me is today I have the app, the Bible app, YouVersion, and it gives the verse for the day. And I opened it and I saw it. I had already planned to do this video today. And the verse for today is from Mark chapter 9, verse 23. It says, Jesus said to him, what do you mean if you can? Everything is possible to someone who has trust. And so I was like, but that passage wasn't even talking about your dreams. And it's true, like it wasn't. But it's also true that sometimes God reminds you of scripture and it fits your circumstances or your situation specifically, and it speaks to you in that place. And I think that sometimes we say, like, we can't do this thing because we don't trust that God will make it possible. Everybody doesn't need to do everything all the time, because if we always got what we wanted, you know, we would be very spoiled and there wouldn't be any lessons learned and all of those things. But it is also true that if you are called to do a certain thing, then eventually there would be a path for you to do those if you trust. Some people don't believe in God, they believe in other things. I do, and I honestly believe that trusting in Him is going to help me in the long run. I want to write novels. I want to publish plays. I want to, way in the future, release movies. I want to release albums, song EPs, all of these things. One of the questions that's come up lately is, am I even a singer? And it's not to say like, oh, can I even sing or whatever. It's just like, are you a singer if you don't release music? Like, are you a singer just if you write songs? Or no, that's just a songwriter. But am I a singer if I'm not performing gigs all the time? Like, what constitutes, when can you say, I'm a writer, I'm a painter, I'm a singer, I'm an actress? When can you say that? And I know some people will be like, well, if you have the gift, that's who you are. And that's cute. But honestly, like, I need to know, because I'm a goal-oriented person. And if I don't know what I'm like reaching for, then how will I know when I reached it, and how will I celebrate it? And I think part of my problem this past year is that I'm so used to feeling defeated. I don't know what it's like to celebrate a victory, no matter how small it is. That's something that I worked on this year. Like, it's only been 4 months, but I've basically been trying to write down all the things that have been accomplished, no matter how small. And it's tangible and intangible things. Tangible things might be like actual tasks. Like, I finished a draft of the novel that I was working on. I did 2 photo shoots. I went on 5 auditions, something like that. But an intangible item or task would be something like, I encouraged a student today, because I'm a teacher, so I teach many things, but I encouraged a student today. I figured out a way to break through with one of my mentees or something like this. I don't know. I was able to love someone today. For me, those are intangible, but they are notable. And I think they're important, honestly. You can note social things. I hung out with a new friend today. When I look back and I make a list of all the things that I did last year, or I was able to do last year, and then I come back and I look at the 4 months that have gone by in 2024, it is true that I have done more, or I've gotten farther, or I have a little bit more resources, even if that just includes people, like a community. For example, I've been praying about like having more friends my age, and just recently I now found a couple friends my age, and that makes a huge difference in not feeling alone and not feeling like you're an imposter, and being encouraged. If it helps for the people out there that are going through that hopeless season right now, it doesn't go away immediately, right? Sometimes you have to keep remembering who you are, what's your purpose, to have patience, all of those things. Sometimes I still struggle to make ends meet, and there are new things on the horizon. There are new jobs. I like to take you guys along with me on that, and a week in my life and all that stuff. But for example, right now I don't have my own car. I still don't have many friends my age. I don't have like parents to fall back on. Just scratch that out. That's not there. But I have been provided, I have been blessed with small community of people, maybe like older women who can help to counsel me in the matters of like the heart, and matters of life, and practical matters, all of those things. I have a church community. I have friends that I've had for a long time. I do have a God who never fails me, that I trust in. Anyway, those are my thoughts. The good thing is that I live in Miami. It is sunny almost all the time, except for when it's rainy. And spring has been a lifesaver for me right now. Spring gives so much hope. Oh my gosh, fruits are growing, flowers are growing, all the things are growing. It's just amazing. Anyway, the good thing is that I have changed my priority list. I remember last year I said that I wanted to move my priorities with music on top and then writing in the middle and photography on the bottom, because it was flipped the other way around. And that actually has been a reality. I got to flip it now. And so I'm working on a lot of music projects and collaborating. I found a lot of artists to collaborate with. So that's super cool. This channel is for artists and creatives who want practical tips and meaningful community to continue developing their craft. So if you are interested in that types of stuff, in that type of whatever, please subscribe, like. I think there's a notification bell somewhere. I have never seen this bell that people talk about. I know that was a really rambly video, but I just felt like I should put it all out there. I hope this video was helpful to someone in some way, or just whatever. So, you know, if anything, I got that off my chest.